Yo guys, welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to be talking about TC2000 and basically discussing how to add your own scanner. So how to create for example, in the example I'm going to use in this video, I use the 6 EMA, the 14 EMA and the 26 EMA. So my strategy mainly consists of these EMAs, which are the exponential moving averages. They are lagging indicators, and basically I've now created a scanner which basically will tell me when stocks are following through with my strategy, or when. So for example, if I have the 6 EMA, which you can see this light blue line here, so the light blue, for my strategy to kind of take place, my 6 EMA needs to cross the 14 EMA, and instead of me, looking at all my screens trying to find out which stock is following that strategy, I can, even if I only have 15 stocks on, there's 15,000, let's say 15,000 stocks on the market. How do I find the stocks to trade that are following my strategy? So basically I've created this this stock scanner, and I'm going to talk you through how to do it if you want to do one for yourself. So for starters, we're going to click on the indicator that we want to use as the kind of the formulation. So I'm going to click on my exponential moving average, and I'm going to click on create condition, and then from here I'm going to go underneath exponential moving average. I'm going to go on to greater than, and I'm going to change it to, as you can see down here, you can choose less than, in between, or crossing up value, crossing down value. We're going to go down and we're going to go on to the moving average exponential, or exponential moving average 6 versus the 14. And now this is important because this is where we decide what we want the scanner to look for. So basically the moving averages are on my, as soon as I put the moving averages on this scanner, in a sense it will have in the computer those moving averages on every single stock on the market, and this will find those stocks for me instead of me having to look for them, if that makes sense. So if we go on here, I've got the exponential moving average 6 times, or versus, sorry, the exponential moving average 14. So for me, I'm going to have, you could have crossing up. So if it's crossing up passing the 14 EMA, that's quite bullish. But I'm going to go down and have it crossing down, so that's going to be quite bearish. So that's for me to short a position. So I'm going to have crossing down exponential moving average 14. So I click on this one, and I'm going to change the time frame to 5 minutes, and then I'm going to save this. Okay, I have already got one saved, but just for the purpose of this video, we'll call it 6 EMA cross over 14 EMA, and this is the 10 minute. Okay, so we save that, let that save, we scan, and now if I just put this over here, you can see these in this corner here, these are all the stocks now that are following the criteria that we set. And how amazing is that? If you have a strategy that you need, that you use, but instead of having to find all these stocks yourself, you can just use a pre-made scanner that will automatically find them for you. So but now the prices are quite high on some of these stocks. So if we want to add another indicator or another indication, a criteria for the scanner to follow, what we'll do is basically click on here and add condition. So let me just go back. So we click on the actual title itself, the source code, and then we click on add condition, and we want to go on to basic, and then we want to click price, and I'm going to go on less than. So less than, let's say $70. So this gets rid of some of the sound or some of the noise. So that's now narrowed it down to, I think, 6 stocks. Yeah, 6 stocks. So now that makes my day so much easier. And as you can see, you've got price, volume, the change, and the net change. So the volume on this stock here, GGP, is nearly 500,000, or just over 500,000, with a price of $20, which is $21 is a nice range stock. So if we go on, if we type in on here GGP, we can see quite clearly that the light blue line has crossed the EMA. But this doesn't match my criteria per se, because the 26 EMA is still above the blue EMA. So for this to, this is what I would be looking for. So this is the perfect setup. So this is where the EMA is above the 6, is above the 14 and the 26, as you can see, 6, 14, 26. Then it crosses underneath them, and then look what happens, a huge dump. And that's the kind of what I would be wanting to catch. So the indication that's given me now isn't as correct, just purely because it hasn't actually, the 26 is above, so that's kind of a false indication. So I mark that one off. The next one down is QCOM, and as you can see, the 6 EMA is above the 14 EMA. It is nearly crossed, or it has crossed, the 14 EMA, so that is confirmation 1. Confirmation 2 is when the 6 EMA crosses the 26 EMA. So you could buy in a small proportion here at short, and then you would buy another position whenever it crosses the 26 EMA, which wherever that would happen. And then you would set your stop loss at a previous support. But the thing is, with the higher price stocks, they have many support levels, whereas your penny stocks, you can see some stocks that go up 100%, and then their next support level is like 50% downwards. Whereas here, you know, you could mark off some support levels quite easily, and it doesn't have much room to drop. You've only got like a $1 drop on a $66 stock, isn't a huge drop. So they are harder to trade when they're more pricier. But I thought this was a pretty cool way of showing you how to find how to create a scanner that basically you can create for yourself for any criteria. So if you wanted to, for example, have the VWAP, volume weighted average price, you could go on here and you could say like the VWAP crossing over the exponential moving average, or the VWAP crossing the price history crossing up the VWAP. So they could be quite useful for some people, because let's just go on to a stock. So for example, some people trade on the VWAP. So if the price is above the so this is the VWAP here, okay, this white dotted line. So some people like to trade when the VWAP fails to come up to the price and then comes all the way down. Some people call it a VWAP fade. So the price action comes all the way up to the VWAP, and then it basically fades and it fails and it comes all the way down. As you can see here, the price action is above the VWAP quite substantially. So normally the price will come down to the VWAP like it has here. You can see here the price is now, you know, somewhere around the VWAP, and it's now bouncing above or on these same levels as the 6 and the 14 EMA. But I thought that was pretty cool, creating a scanner. So like I say, on this one here, I have the 6 EMA, the 14 EMA. So the 6 EMA crossing down on the 14 EMA, and this is on a 10-minute candle. So if I scan, these are the stocks that I currently have. So we've got S. So this stock here has just crossed, you can see, but like I say, the 26 EMA is above the 6, so that's not a part of the strategy. That won't work out. So let's have a look at CY. So here, this is quite a good example, although the stock has plummeted quite some already, so it's probably not a great stock for me to actually trade for the strategy, because there's not a lot of room for it to go. We then have ANGE or GI. Here you can see the 6 EMA has, see the 26 EMA was above the 14 EMA, so that won't classify as being in the strategy. So this is why you got to have so much, you know, strict and disciplined criteria, because you won't find a stock. If you're a good trader, and I don't mean to be disrespectful in any way, but if you're a good trader, you won't actually be trading a lot. Now I know that sounds really counterintuitive, and well, how can you be a good trader if you don't trade a lot? Well, the thing is, when you do find that trade, you have to hit home. When you find the trade that matches your criteria, you don't have to go massively into it, like your whole bank account or your whole account size, but you've got to be, one, clever about it and smart and diligent and have a strategy. So like I have confirmation 1, confirmation 2, confirmation 3, and these aren't just trade numbers that I come up with, or arbitrary, like me saying, oh, confirmation 1, confirmation 2. That actually means something. So for example, the 6 EMA crossing, well, for this wouldn't validate for me, but let's say here, okay, so this is a good example here. What is this? GLG. So we have confirmation 1. Confirmation 1 is the 6 EMA has crossed the 14 EMA, and this is on a 15-minute candle. Okay. Confirmation 2 would now be the 6 EMA crossing the 26 EMA. That's confirmation 2. And then confirmation 3, we close the red candle closes red, and then another candle opens lower than the previous red candle. That's bearish. That's confirmation 3, 4, 5, and you just keep adding to these positions, and then you find a support level. Like I can see, this is now dropping, and then you find a support level like so, 67 cents, and it'll probably come down to that next support level. This is a penny stock, so this is probably not a great example, but I'm just trying to give out some ideas there. But that is a great way of trying to find your own or build your own scanner if you are looking for crossovers on moving averages. Like I say, you don't have to use the same one as me. You can change the 6, the 14, the 26 to 20, 50 and 100, or 9, 20 and 50. It's entirely up to you. The video will still help you out in the respect that all you have to do is basically find the moving average you would like, click on it, create condition, and then click on to greater than, and basically go down, and just yours will be the same as mine. It will just be different numbers. So for example, you can just change that from a 6 to a 20 or from a 6 to a 9. But I think that's been quite helpful. It's taken me quite a while to figure that out, so that's why I thought I'd put a video out and try, and if anyone else is having the same issue, they maybe have to watch this video and hopefully be helped by it. So it's going to be the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If it's been informative, give it a thumbs up. Any comments, leave them in the comment section below. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so with your help I might be able to get there a little bit quicker, so that'd be quite good. And other than that, guys, I will see you all in the next video.